Hey everyone, and welcome to Easy Bath and Beyond, a podcast about bathroom remodeling and entrepreneurship in Houston, Texas. So today we're going to discuss a tub to shower conversion that we just recently did. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it and get to it. All right. So I'm going to pull up this folder here, and the screen kind of looks a little bit weird, and I apologize about that, but let's go ahead and go full screen here. Okay, so this is the finished product, and I'll show you guys the before picture here real quick. So here you have the before picture and the finished product. So again, before, finished. And real quick, just kind of give you a quick overview of what we did here. So if you take a close look at this before picture, and see if I can zoom in here for you. So it was a sunken tub. So the tub was recessed into the ground. These are a really big hazard for people because it's not only are you stepping into a tub, which can be slippery and, there's a lot of, you can easily fall into it. But the reason why this one is more hazardous than any other kind of tub is because your brain has to react to, oh, I'm stepping over something, and it's actually, I'm stepping down deeper into my current ground level. And I know it kind of sounds odd, but it's like that trend. It's like that, even it's like a split second reaction that your brain has to like figure out. You're more likely to trip. And they've done studies on this. I don't have those in front of me right now, but it's that reaction time of it's the same thing as going from a non-slippery surface to a slippery surface. It's that reaction time that causes the fall to happen. And as we get older, that reaction time gets a little bit slower than usual. So it takes a little bit longer for our brain to react, which can even be more hazardous, and why falls happen a lot more often to older people. So that's just diving into that a little bit, but this is a very hazardous tub for that reason alone. You're stepping from the ground level, from like where you see like where this mat is, and then the tub is deeper than that ground level. So you're stepping in about 12 inches further down into the tub. So it's just not a good situation, and these people know it. Or they knew it, and they wanted to make a change before a fall did happen, because falls can be very costly to people. So as you can see here, it was a tub. They wanted to get rid of the tub. They wanted to fill this pit in, and bring this to floor level. That way they can eliminate that risk that I was just talking about. And they went with a beautiful brand new shower. Now let's go ahead and dive into the install and see what happened whenever we tore this thing out. It's going to bring us to this picture right here. And as you can see, we tore out the tub, and you can see that 12-inch, recessed cavity right there, where the tub used to be. We can see a lot of, just kind of rot that occurred. Take a look at the next picture here. Went straight into that. But okay, before we did that, we had to move the drain. So here we go. Before we could fill in that pit or do anything, we have to move the drain over. So this went from a left drain to a center drain due to the size of the shower base. So you can see that drain moved over there. And then if I bring us to this one, and then we fill in the pit, and we not only do we fill in the pit with cement, but then on top of that, we put something called self-level on top of that. That way you get a nice level surface where the base can sit on, because the base, in order for it to be properly sloped, it has to be on a level surface. This is a big thing, and this is something that a lot of people don't talk about, that really should be discussed more often than not, because it's a big problem why bases fail. And if they're doing something else, like putting in shims, or they're using adhesive or thin set to offset the leveling process, they're actually doing you a disservice. And the reason why is whenever you use a solid surface shower pan, they don't have enough dexterity in them to hold their original mold. So and what I mean by that is if they're using adhesive to level the pan and they're not setting it on a solid surface like a self-leveling cement, then what happens is your pan will eventually conform to the shape of the adhesive. So what that will create are bubbles in the pan itself, and it would also, what that does is not allow the water to drain properly. Or what will happen is the water will get stuck, and you'll have something called pooling in certain areas. Now, one thing I don't want to get people confused with too is that all of these shower pans now come with all of our shower pans come with some sort of slip resistance built into them. So whenever you have the slip resistance built in, that will retain water. That will retain standing water. Okay. What you're trying to avoid is pooling with running water, because all the slope in a shower pan is trying to accomplish is that when the water is running, it's running to the drain. Now, again, after you turn off the shower, and if you look at where the actual slip resistant material is, if you see a little bit of like water spots, that's normal. I mean, there's just, water is not moving at a fast pace to get past that, so it's going to be standing. So what I do whenever after I'm done with the shower is I squeegee everything. Since I have a solid surface walls in my shower and solid surface pan. I use an onyx pan in mine, and I use a squeegee. I squeegee the pan, I squeegee the walls, and I'm done. And that's what we recommend doing with all of our customers as well. What we recommend to our customers, I should say. But yeah, this is a very important picture that we require of all of our installers, that they put the self-leveling compound down to create a solid surface that the pan can sit on. And what locks the pan in place is actually the drain and the walls that sit on top of it, not an adhesive product. And going to the next picture here. That was the drain that we discussed already. Okay, so here we had, there were some rotten studs. So actually water did get behind whenever they used the shower feature of that old tub. So it did create some rot. So what we do is we cut out the rot, and then we scab onto the existing stud going all the way up. And then we apply our blocking material, and you can see, so this person was getting a corner seat. So if we go to not to give you guys a headache or anything, you can't really see it, but there's actually a seat that's over here. So that's what that blocking is for. All right. And this is an important one too. So again, we apply that self-leveling compound to make sure the area is level. And then we also have to make sure that the pan is level whenever we set the pan in place. So that's another thing that we require from our guys. All right. And this is another important picture that we require from our installers. This is the actual drain. And what you're seeing here, this black ring around the pipe, in between the pipe and this gold ring, is a rubber gasket. And the gold ring goes down, is threaded, and that actually threads down into that rubber gasket, and that compresses the gasket to the pipe. So it's very important that that's done. That is actually what holds the water inside and doesn't allow the water to escape in between the pipe and the ring. So again, very important picture here. All of our guys have to take it, and this also, what this will do is this will keep water from running underneath of your shower pan and getting into your walls or getting into the exterior of your home. And then there we go. Then there's the finished picture from start to completion. So this is a very common project for us. This is like a 60 by 42 area. It had a window, so we had to do a window trim kit. there. They used the In2uition for the shower head and for the valve. They had a shower tower by Onyx. And then they use the BCI acrylic pan that matches the walls. This is Arctic Ice, the color of this pan. They had a grab bar that was on the back wall there. And then again, I don't have it in a picture, but there's a seat to the right of that as well. And, a job like this would generally cost around, like $10,500 to the $11,500 range. It could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less, just depending on the details that you put into it. So that concludes our tub to shower conversion review that we just completed. Hope you guys enjoyed it and look forward to seeing you next time.